Good afternoon. Dear participants, distinguished panelists, I'm really very honored to be part of such a distinguished forum for international parliamentarians, government officials, and prestigious think tankers, and to have the opportunity to exchange views of a wide range of topics, from security matters and the implications of the war of aggression in Ukraine, to intelligence and defense challenges, terrorist financing, cyber technology issues, and energy. I'd like to share with you this afternoon a few considerations about the current dynamic security environment, NATO's consolidation of allied posture, and the importance of the Black Sea region. Black Sea is, without question today, a hotspot with an intensified strategic amplitude undergoing a sea change transformation. The barbaric invasion of Russia in Ukraine was a strategic shock for the European, Euro-Atlantic, and mostly the regional stability and security. The biggest security crisis in Europe since the end of the World War II is a reality check. History was not supposed to play out this way at least 12 years ago, when Russia was defined as a strategic partner in the previous strategic concept of NATO. International order appeared to be then both unchallenged and unchangeable. It is a clear fact that this ongoing war in Ukraine has already set new realities in the Black Sea region and, of course, on the entire eastern flank. We stand in full and unwavering support of Ukraine's sovereignty and territorial integrity, and we condemned in the strongest terms the unjustified and unprovoked war of aggression carried by Russian Federation regime over Ukraine. More than 3 decades after the collapse of Soviet Union, Russia remains an unapologetically imperialistic power. In addition to various crises, the situation in Ukraine resulted in the weaponization of gas, the displacement of more than 8 million people, and the humanitarian crisis, as well as the beginning of the food crisis. The brutal attack on Ukraine at the end of February has reminded us not just about our shared interests and values, but also about the importance of acting collectively in NATO and EU alike. Within this context, to reset the collective posture, particularly with respect to the eastern flank, and to strengthen it across all domains, it is an imperative. NATO's response to Russia's invasion in Ukraine was resolute. This is why, at the NATO Madrid summit last week, it was defined the future trajectory of the alliance. The way how we defend must be fundamentally changed, and allies and partners are more united than ever under the auspices of the same goal, a prompt and a decisive response in the defense of our security and stability. Thus, we salute the Madrid summit decisions taken by our leaders regarding the strengthening of deterrence and defense posture in the long-term adaptation and evolution to a new approach, to a new way to defend. We have already achieved significant progresses at the beginning of this year, in March, in the process of implementing the multinational battle group in Romania, led by France, with the contribution from Belgium and Netherlands. In Madrid, it was confirmed once again that Romania, along with Poland, will become the main focal points of the US presence from the Baltic Sea to the Black Sea, and the role and influence Bucharest and Warsaw will increase subsequently within the alliance. President Biden's announcements regarding US robust deterrent and defensive posture across European continent and Romania in particular were very much welcomed. The US Rotational Brigade Combat Team that will be headquartered in Romania is of tremendous importance, especially in this context. By adopting the Allied strategy concept, as I said, it marked the future political and operational profile of the alliance in order to be better prepared for the challenges of the 21st century. It is clearly stated that Russia poses the most direct and significant threat to our security, where the Black Sea is mentioned as of strategic importance for the alliance. Raising China is another topic approach in Madrid, and we could see that the challenges posed by China are for the first time addressed in the NATO strategic concepts. Moreover, I would like to mention that it also sets out our joint position on countering terrorism as well as on cyber and hybrid threats. The cyberspace, with its all opportunities and risks, has become a key element of the world in which we are living in. Nowadays, cyber threats are extremely diversified and characterized by high complexity. One of the most important parts of the current cyber environment is represented by emerging and disruptive technologies and their applications like 5G, artificial intelligence, smart city, Internet of Things, etc. So the unprecedented growth of emerging and disruptive technologies has led to a dual security perspective that is closely related to the field of cybersecurity, both in terms of diversifying threats to national security that are becoming more diverse as a result of the use of these technologies for hostile purposes, as well as in terms of concerns about the strategies and working methods at the level of intelligence organizations, which are integrating the new technological realities more and more effectively. To conclude my remarks, I would like to reiterate that this very complicated security environment in which we are living today, especially after February 24, when the whole world started to look again after, of course, the Crimea annexation by the Russian Federation back in 2014, at the NATO eastern flank, at the Black Sea region in particular, is of a tremendously massive importance. So I do think that, as the title of the conference, Security, Intelligence, and Defense Challenges, will be really integrated in a nexus of approaches to be better prepared to face these challenges nowadays and beyond. Thank you very much.